In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to work with images inside of a PowerPoint presentation. First thing I need to do is just to open PowerPoint. And as I open it, I'm going to just click to open a blank file with absolutely nothing in it other than what comes with it by default. I'm going to go ahead and save this file. So I'll save as. I'm going to put it in my folder called Demo, and I'll just call it blank file. Now, the file is saved. It's blank. I'm going to show you here in the File Explorer on my Windows 10 machine that here is the blank file.pptx document created just now. And you can see that the size of the file, totally blank, is 29 kilobytes. You may wonder, why is it 29 kilobytes if there's nothing in it? Well, understand that in all of the Microsoft Office document files, in all of those files, there are embedded things like templates and themes and styles, colors, fonts. All of these things are already embedded in there. So every Office document has got a lot of stuff sort of, down in the basement, so to speak. It's all going to all show up right here in the file size. Now, also right here is an image file. This is one that I got from Google Earth a long time ago. And I got it when I was teaching a class on pretty much the geography of the biblical world, all of the countries of the Near East and Middle East where the stories of the Bible happened. And notice that this file is a very large file. It is 3,522 kilobytes, or as you can see down below, it is 3.43 megabytes. Now, if I want to see the size of this file, I can just hover over it, and you'll see the dimensions are 1920 by 1080, but I can right-click on this and come down to Properties. And in Properties, if I click here on Details, then I can scroll down and just take a look at all of the different dimensions, 1920 by 1080 pixels, and so on, just going right down the row here, 3.43 megabytes. This is where you can come in and find out a lot of the details about your file. So, I'm going to cancel this. What I want to do is to put this image file inside of this PowerPoint file and see what happens to the overall file size. I guess logic would tell us that we're going to wind up adding the 3,522 plus 29, and that should give us what? 3,551. So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to come back to my document. I'm going to click to Insert and click on Pictures. I'm going to come to my demo folder, and there is the image. And there is the image right here inside of this PowerPoint. Notice it takes up way too much room. And I'm going to reduce it in size like this so I can get it inside the frame here of this PowerPoint slide. I can make it a little bit larger. There we go. So now that entire image of the Middle East, Near East, they're all right here together. I'm going to save this now, File, and then Save As. I'm going to save it under a different name. It's no longer a blank file. I will call this File with Image and save it in the same location. And we'll go back to the File Explorer. And we see here that now the File with Image is 3565. And so now the total file size with that image in it is actually larger than the size of the blank file plus the size of the image that's in here. Now, the point that I'm trying to make here is that you've got to be really careful when you go to insert images inside of a PowerPoint presentation, because you cannot do something such as what I'll show you now. Let's say that you say, oh wow, that's just too big, and so I want to make this really small. Get it up here, and maybe I only want the image to be that size, and so let's just File, Save As, and we'll call this file with image, and we'll call this -2. And we'll look at the size of the file, and we'll see that with the -2, it is slightly smaller, but not very much smaller. Certainly not as much smaller as what I reduced the size of that image. And the reason for this is that even though I can reduce the size of what shows, the fact is that all of that image is still there. How do I know it is? Because I can just bring it up here, and I can just resize it and put it right back like it was. It's all there. It doesn't go away. Now, another thing people might try to do would be to just crop this image. Cropping it means that I'm going to actually take out part of the image. So if I were to reduce this image down to, say, just the area of the Levant, which is all along the eastern coast of the Mediterranean Sea, right in here. I'm just going to reduce this. This would be Israel, the Sinai Peninsula, Syria, Cyprus, southern Turkey up here. So I'm going to highlight that, and then I'm going to click crop. And now that's all I have left of the image. So we'll save this file and save as, and I'll just call this cropped. And we'll go back to our File Explorer and take a look here with it cropped. We're still the same size. And so if I cropped it and actually cut away part of it, then why is it still the same size? Because the same thing. I can just go right back and put the whole image right back where it was. Control Z. And there we go. That image is all still there. So when you work with images, what you need to do before you do anything else is to reduce the overall size of the file reduce the size of the image before you put it into PowerPoint. And that's what I'll show you in the next video.